Ethan had never believed in love at first sight, until he met Ava. It was a late autumn evening, when he first saw her, standing in the middle of the bookstore, struggling to reach a book on the top shelf. He had chuckled to himself before stepping in, effortlessly grabbing the book and handing it to her. "Here you go," he said. She looked up, her deep brown eyes shimmering with curiosity. "Thank you," she said, flashing a small smile. From that moment, something shifted inside him. They started meeting often, sometimes by chance, other times by design. They'd walk through the park, sip coffee in quiet corners of the city, and talk about everything: dreams, fears, childhood memories. Ava was an artist, always carrying a sketchbook, capturing the world in soft, delicate strokes. Ethan was a writer, filling pages with stories of love, loss, and longing. "You should write about us," Ava joked once, her fingers absent-mindedly sketching his face. "I will," Ethan had said, half smiling, "but only if our story has a happy ending." Ava had laughed, but her laughter had a sadness to it, something Ethan couldn't quite understand back then. As weeks turned into months, their love deepened. They spent their days wrapped in each other's warmth, their love unfolding like poetry. Ethan had never felt so complete, and for a while, he believed Ava felt the same. One evening, as they sat watching the sunset from a hilltop, Ava leaned her head on his shoulder. "Promise me something," she whispered. "Anything," Ethan said. "If one day I disappear, don't come looking for me." Ethan stiffened. "Why would you say that?" Ava exhaled slowly. "Because some things are meant to be temporary, Ethan. Some love stories don't get happy endings." He turned to her, searching her face. "I don't believe that." She smiled sadly but said nothing. One day, Ava was gone. Ethan woke up to find her side of the bed cold, her sketchbook missing. There was no note, no message, nothing. He searched everywhere: their favorite cafe, the bookstore, the art studio she loved, but she had vanished. Days turned into weeks. He called her, but her phone was disconnected. He visited her old apartment, only to find it empty. It was as if she had never existed. The pain was unbearable. Ethan tried writing but found only blank pages staring back at him. Nights felt endless, and days were a blur of memories he wished he could erase. Then, one evening, a letter arrived. The envelope was old, slightly crumpled. His hands trembled as he opened it. "Ethan, I'm sorry. I never meant to disappear like this, but I had no choice. By the time you read this, I'll be far away, maybe even gone. I've always known our love was borrowed time. When we met, I was already living on the edge of a secret I never wanted to tell you. I'm sick, Ethan. I have been for a long time. The doctors told me I had a year, maybe two, but I didn't want you to watch me fade away. I wanted you to remember me as I was, laughing, painting, loving you with all my heart. I left because I love you too much to let you see me break. And I know you, Ethan. You would have stayed, you would have fought for me, and I couldn't let you do that. Please, don't spend your days searching for me. Don't let this pain keep you from writing, from living. I want you to find love again, to be happy. Maybe in another life, we get our happy ending. Until then, Ava. ****. Ethan read the letter over and over, the words blurring through his tears. She had known. She had always known. And yet, she had chosen to love him despite it. His heart shattered. Years passed, but Ava never truly left him. Ethan wrote their story, their love, her laughter, her absence. It became a novel, a bestseller, touching hearts across the world. People told him they cried, that they felt his pain, that they understood, but no one could truly understand what it was like to love and lose Ava. He never stopped missing her, but he learned to live with the ache. One day, while visiting a bookstore for a reading event, he saw something, an old sketchbook displayed in a glass case. His heart pounded as he recognized the delicate drawings inside. Ava's sketches. Next to it was a note, donated by an anonymous artist, found in a hospital room, beside a window where she last watched the sunset. Ethan traced the cover with his fingers, swallowing the lump in his throat. Ava was gone, but she had left pieces of herself behind. And maybe, just maybe, she was watching over him, from somewhere far beyond. And in that moment, he whispered, "Maybe in another life, Ava." The end.